incredible. Now, you're going to see all night long, you're going to see the same darn thing here. Now, here is a fine young tap dancer and a very attractive kid that Canadian comedy stars Wayne and Schuster of our show saw in Canada. He's Canadian. They sent him down to us. Here is Joe Hollingsworth. Let's have a fine hand for our Canadian.
My lords and my ladies, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You ever see somebody, as soon as you meet them, you know that they're going to touch your life? I met an old man once, and I never will forget him. I met him in the county jail down in New Orleans. Oh, Lord, I was down and out. And he said his name was Jangles. And he danced a lick, and he whirled about, and he let go a laugh, he let go a laugh, and then just shook his clothes all around. Said he was in a dancing mood, and he did another step or two in worn-out shoes. Had himself some silvery hair, ragged shirt, and no baggy pants. Lord, he sure could do that old soft shoe. And he could jump so high. He jumped so high and then just lightly touch down. Oh, Mr. Jangles. Yeah, he sure could dance. Stay. He danced for those at minstrel shows and county fairs. throughout the South. And he spoke in tears how for 15 years his little dog and him, they traveled about. And then one day his dog up and died, just up and died. And you know, after 20 years, that old man still grieves. Now I dance every chance that there gets down at the honky-tonk. You know, for maybe drinks or tips. But most of my time I spend behind these red, white, and blue county bars. 'Cause you see, well, I drinks a bit. But there was a time, new suits and dancing shoes, and one day we'd be here, and the next day we may be anywhere. Oh, me and little Spotty, we seen it all. I wonder why it is that a dog don't get to live too long, but he still has to die old. Oh, I reckon it's just as well, 'cause I wouldn't want little Spotty to see me like I am now anyway. But you know what, mister? I sure do miss that old dog. Yeah, he shook his head. Said he shook his head. Then I heard someone say, please. Who there? Yeah, that's me. What you want? Oh. Thank you so much.
Pretty good, Joey.
Moses,
Pretty good.
thank you so much.
Yeah. Not bad for a kid such as yourself. Not fantastic.
Thank you, Mr. Dog.
Wow.
Thank you.
One more. Hey.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So, Joey, I know what they all want to know, what I want to know.
What's that?
What's your fitness routine?
Clean living.
So, how old were you when you started dancing?
I started tap dancing. My mother took me to dance lessons at the Holloway Twins School of Dance when I was 3.5. And I took lessons from 3.5 till I was, let me think now, 9. But at 9 years old, I could do this.
Well, it's...
But Moses, I'm old now. I can't do that anymore.
I was going to say, it's pretty clear you can still do it at age...
81.
81. Amazing.
You know, that's the first time I ever got applause for being alive.
It's true, it's true, it's true. I wrote down all kinds of questions. I'm really curious. I've heard that you used to work with Fred Rogers,
Yes,
right?
yes, that was one of the great thrills of my life to work with that man. I worked with 3 men that were similar. They're cut from the same cloths. They were real Christian men. I don't mean the kind that say, "Give me, have you got, let me have." I mean the kind that do things from their heart and always give. and Fred Rogers, Ernie Combs, and Tennessee Ernie Ford. They were the three people. Fred Rogers, I was a dancing salesman on his show. It started in Canada, and it went from Canada to Pittsburgh. And when he started to move his show to Pittsburgh, he said to an artist, he said, there's going to be an opening. And he said, you should get a show together. And he did. And that was Ernie Combs, and it was Mr. Dress-Up Show. Yeah. And then I worked with Fred, and it was a story I have to tell you. I was in Pittsburgh, and he said, would you come to a premiere with me? Talk to the Animals, Rex Harris. It was a movie. So anyway, there was a bunch of children come running toward me, and I took my pen out, and I thought, well, I'll autograph these kids. And they passed me like a freight train passing a tramp. And they ran to Fred, and they were asking him questions. I got a new puppy dog, and I had a fight with my brother, but I didn't beat him up, the little girl said. And another one said, because I remember what you said, Mr. Rogers, and I did this and I did that. And it was just wonderful. And he was like a messiah. He just held her hand, put his hands on their heads, and he was so happy. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, but there's going to be a Fred Rogers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about to make it starring Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
They couldn't get a better film in there.
They couldn't get a better person, because Tom Hanks will disappear and Fred Rogers will appear. He's that great an actor. Yeah, he's great. Tom Hanks.
I know what else they want to know and I want to know, and that is, what are you doing next?
Oh, I've been writing, because of Fred Rogers, I've been writing a lot of children's things. I wrote a film, an animated film called How I Got Santa Out of Jail. and we hope to do something with that. I wrote another one about a teddy bear with no toes, and I call him No Toes. And I've done a lot of writing, so there's some things that are going to come up later on. And I wrote a song called Canada, My Love. And I sang it for Pierre Trudeau, and we're hoping to get to sponsor it and have it sung for Justin Trudeau, because I have a letter from Pierre thanking me.
Cool. How cool.
Yeah.
Well, we all want to thank you for this exceptional performance, but before you go,
Yes.
What got Santa into jail?
Well, his daughter, Sweet Tooth, she had a sweet tooth, and Santa told her he said, no more candy, no more candy. And she ran away from home, and her pole magic disappeared, and she couldn't get back. And he finally found out that she was in Dippity-Doo, and he went to Dippity-Doo, and they had a thing in Dippity-Doo, the Mountie, Dippity Dan the Mountie Man. he had a thing about chopping wood, and so Santa somehow chopped wood on Sunday, and they threw him in jail.
Okay. Well, this is lovely.
Oh,
Joey, it was so nice of you to come
thank you
by.
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Joey lives in Hamilton.